Hey everyone, it's Michael. Welcome back to the channel. Today, if you have ever thought that owning a home was out of reach for you, then this video is for you. I'm going to show you how to go from renting to buying your very first home within 2 years or less. All you're going to need to do is save about $200 a month. According to the U.S. household census, the average income is $83,700 for most households. And let's just assume that that's a modest income, and you can commit $200 a month towards homeownership. I know in some cases $200 might feel like a lot, but I want you to stay tuned to this video because there are tax advantages which actually will bring you back money into your pocket that will make up for those $200 you're putting towards your homeownership goals. So let's just say you're able to put $200 away. Over the course of a year, that's $2,400. 2 years, that's $4,800. I know that sounds like a small amount to try to purchase a home, but there is a common misconception that you need to put 20% down to buy your first home. That's not true. Stay tuned. I'm going to tell you how you can take advantage of some local resources that might be available to you to get into homes for as low as 0.5% down. But first, let's just talk about what are you going to do with those $200 a month. Here in Idaho, we have some local credit unions, and they have what's called basically a first-time homeowners savings account. So when you go out, take a look at your local banks, whoever your credit union is, and don't just use any normal savings account. Look for special accounts offered by local credit unions or banks that allow you to save for a home down payment and get tax advantage treatment. What does that mean? That means that many first-time home buyers, these savings accounts will let you get earnings on the account, and it will grow tax-free as long as you use that money for a qualified down payment. So over the course of 2 years, if you're able to find an account that accrues interest for you, you won't have to pay taxes on that. It's a small piece to the puzzle, but it's powerful. And I think what is also great is to just set up an account. Maybe it's not your local bank, but just to set up an account where $200 goes every month. You don't even know it's going there. It just becomes automated and you don't think about it. And really quickly, over time, you are going to end up having a significant amount of money towards your first down payment. So I said 2 years, right? So 200 times 24, that's $4,800, right? The average household here in Boise, Idaho is anywhere from $400 to $500. A common misconception is that you need 20% down. On a $500,000 house, 20% down is $100,000.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
That's insane. Most people, especially the first-time home buyers, I've had it like once or twice, where these people were probably buying in their 40s, but most first-time home buyers don't have that amount. States know that, the federal government knows that, and they have put together programs that will allow you to put much less down. In Idaho, for example, there is a program that allows you to put 0.5% of your sales price towards the purchase of your very first home. So if 0.5% of $500,000, that's $2,500. That's crazy. So in less than 2 years, you could potentially have the money that you need for your down payment on your very first house. There are dozens of down payment assistance programs and grants geared towards first-time home buyers as well. So if money is difficult for you, there are a lot of grant programs out there. What we are in right now is a high interest rate environment. The first-time home buyer has basically got cut in half. It used to be about 40% of the buyer pool. It's down to about 24%. They just can't afford to get into their very first home. But what we also know is that owning your very first home is one of the most powerful tools towards long-term, meaningful wealth. So with these savings assistance programs, the barrier to entry is much lower than many assume. Because interest rates are higher right now, your monthly payment and debt-to-income ratio matter. So you're renting, you're out there right now, maybe you've got some roommates, and you have for 2 years put aside these $200. You find a great first-time home buyer program that's going to allow you to put a minimum amount down, but the payment feels sort of out of reach. There's a couple things you can do first, and this is what happened to me. My partner and I had my mom co-sign on our very first loan. She was able to help us qualify for this little cute townhouse that we still own today. By the way, that makes us about $1,000 in rent every month right now. But she helped co-sign for that. And not everybody has somebody who can help them co-sign. I realize that. But if you are able to have a family member and they're kind of on the fence about co-signing, I want you to think about something else. You're renting right now. You have roommates. Those roommates could move with you into your next house and pay you rent.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, me too.
So instead of them paying the landlord, they become your tenants and they pay you. What's going to happen is after a year of those roommates paying for you, the lender can then qualify that on your debt to income ratio. So where before you had to have a cosigner, you now have what's probably a good amount of your mortgage covered from these tenants, and you've got statements showing that they've made deposits to you every month. We have a lot of teachers here who are taking advantage of this. We're able to buy their very first house and then they rent out bedrooms. If you're already in a roommate situation, why not have more control over the property that you're living in, right? So having these rents can help with your debt to income ratio, make things more affordable. And when it's time to refinance, if you did get a cosigner, you can remove them. Let's say it takes a year or 2 years, but you can let these cosigners know, I only need you for a year or 2 years. I understand that's not something that is available to everybody, but there's things that they should know that allow them to know that they don't have to be on the hook for maybe more than 24 months at the most, right? The other thing that they don't teach us about is there are big tax advantages that add up. So when you buy and own your home, the interest on your mortgage is tax deductible, subject to limits. So let's estimate with your medium income scenario, which is about $83,000 and a modest mortgage, suppose the interest portion of your first year is $8,000. That means you pay $8,000 in your mortgage the first year you own it. If you are in the 22% tax bracket, which is about accurate for that income level, your deduction savings at the end of the year is about $1,760. Okay? So you needed to save $200 per month to get to that $2,400 to help you buy that very first house. And then the next year, what you get back is $1,800 in less taxes. To me, that's about $600 that you actually had to put away if you think about it like that. Make sure you ask your tax advisor, how much of my projected first year interest is deductible and what savings can I expect? That's like basically getting a discount on your home purchase. So with all of that information, I want you to pull it all together. Commit $200 to savings to your dedicated account. While you're saving, research and apply for down payment assistance and first-time homebuyer programs in your state. Even though you're not totally ready to buy, I highly recommend you get in touch with a lender. It doesn't really cost you anything, and they can actually help prepare a strategy for you. If you have certain debts that you could pay off to help you get qualified, it's good to know that even if you're about 2 years out. So I highly recommend doing your research, going out and checking out the local credit unions and lenders and what your first-time down payment assistance programs might look like. And then you want to prepare your credit, right? So this lender that you reach out to is going to help you with that. They're going to help you reduce certain debts that are going to help you get qualified. And they're going to show you ways to keep your credit score strong as well. They can also walk you through, if you have the opportunity to have renters, they can walk you through what they're going to need in order for them to qualify those rental incomes for your debt to income ratio when that time comes. Once you're ready, apply for the loan with the down payment, use your savings and assistance program, and then after the purchase, reach out to your accountant and make sure you write off all of that interest, okay? I want you all to think about what it means to own your very first home. It's the American dream, in my opinion. I have rented before, and being at the subject to landlords who are either going to raise rent, they don't want to fix items, or potentially you don't even know if they're going to sell the property and you're going to get kicked out. There is no security in renting. There's security and equity growth in owning your very own home. These are simple tools that you guys can take right now, apply, and within 2 years, you'll all be owning your very first home. When you get to that point, I want you to reach out to me or leave a comment. I'm going to come out and throw you your very first ever housewarming party. Thanks for joining me on the channel today. This is Michael. As always, if you want to reach out to us, make sure you check out our website, www.homefoundboise.com, or you can subscribe and like, because I'm going to have a lot of other things that they don't teach us in school coming your way to help you get wealthier. Thanks again.